So it is. We've been practicing this thing.
Yes.
Generally speaking, the video catches us off guard.
I know. So we're like, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Yeah. Incubators Couch, man. What's good, baby? What's good?
We are back for another episode.
Episode number 5.
5.
Yeah.
I was like, is it 5?
It's 5.
It's 5.
Well, we just talked about this. It is episode number 5. Man, listen, in these next 4 episodes, we're gonna just kind of rapid fire.
Yeah.
I want to give it to you. We are traipsing about.
Yes, we are.
The
globe.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, in the world.
In the world.
And we are in the comments with you. So these are recorded beforehand. But man, we are not skimping on any of the value. We're not skimping on any of the segments. These are going to have the full Incubators Couch experience.
It will.
And just know that we are hoping to incorporate all of the things in the video. So what's up first?
So you know what's up first. It's the host rant.
So come on. Get yourselves ready. Get yourselves excited in the chat. Let's get this host rant. Oh yes. I'm always excited about the host rant. Always excited about the host rant.
What do we have on deck today?
Listen.
Come with it.
I actually like to, wear hats. People don't know this, but I actually like to wear hats. I love wearing hats, actually.
Okay.
I do. I just, Kanique doesn't want me to have a bald head.
No.
So I don't wear hats.
No.
And the church that I'm at, they don't like the little skull thing. Anyway, there's a point. There's a point here.
I was about to say, what's the point? Let's get to the point.
I like to wear many hats for fashion, but I do not like to wear many hats in business.
Yes.
And so
for real, that is so real.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to wear hats because I want to, not because. Literally, I feel like sometimes I want to ask the question, like, who's supposed to do that?
Like, just let me build a website, man. Build a site. I don't want to do anything else but that.
I was talking to my speaker director for the TV ministry that I work part-time for. And he was like, man, Doc, I just want to preach. Like,
I hear him on that.
I don't want to do
none of this other stuff.
The ad campaign.
No.
I just want to preach. And I'm like, bruh, I so feel you.
For real.
I just want to produce shows. Just let me produce shows. Oh my goodness. But no.
But in order to run a business,
right?
There's so many things that come with that you have to do it. You cannot not do it. You have to do it.
Y'all let us know in the chat right now. What is one thing that you have to do for your business that has nothing to do with your skill set, nothing to do with your secret sauce, nothing to do with, the gifting that God has placed within you? What is one thing that you must do for your business that you're just like, somebody take this from me?
I know, but it has to be done.
So let us know in the chat. We're talking with Paul a couple episodes ago, and he was talking about, we teachers help students, we help teachers.
Yes.
And we were like, man,
who helps
the
business owner? Who helps us?
Businesses? Because we have to do stuff too. Like, I have to take out the trash in my office.
Yeah.
Like, who's supposed to do that?
Who's supposed to do that?
Like in a regular business office, somebody would come in and clean up. I'd come in the next day, there'd be fresh towels and, you know what I'm saying? The soap dish would be clean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and in his episode, I remember I was trying to remember what that friend called that person. And we did interview her on Friday, and she reminded me what it was. It's called a life doula. Don't steal it.
Doula.
She's copywriting it.
Oh my gosh.
A life doula.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
What in the world?
Someone who will do the stuff that you don't want to do.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the rant. Let's get into the rant. All right. So you guys put in the. We're gonna say some phrases, and we want you to type this one question in the comments. Who's supposed to do that? All right, so here's the first phrase. Mr. Richardson is waiting for the updated numbers on the quote that we were supposed to send him. Together now. Who's supposed to do that?
Or let's see.
Here's another one.
A client wants a W-9, a 1099, a 584,
a EIN,
a 625.
Listen. Just make up a number.
Just making up numbers now.
All together. Who's supposed to do that? Who's supposed to do that? 1099. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that you should not go and figure out how to do these things, because this is how you get paid. Yes. This is how you're legal. Let's be clear. On an Incubators Couch, we want to make sure we're clear. But doesn't make it any less, of a nuisance that you have to do this.
We're just sharing the frustration with y'all.
I'm a content creator and a live video coach and a remote producer. What am I doing? Go ahead. Okay, I just sent you the updated graphic for next month's newsletter. I wanted to get to see the mock-up before it's approved to go out. All together now. Who's supposed to do that? Like in small business, like not just because we're in web and video, like newsletters is kind of part of our thing, but for any business, like you could be in finance, you could be like our guest today, who's in the food industry. Yeah. He still has a newsletter too.
Yep, he does.
You got to figure out these things.
He's got to send out text messages, all this other stuff.
Come on.
He's not actually cooking. He's just doing other things to run his business.
Here's the last one. Because we're gonna move. This one, it tickles me. The payroll tax didn't run.
Oh my goodness.
So there's an error in the finance system. No, like this is an actual real scenario, and we're both looking at one another like,
who's doing that?
So who's doing that? The payroll tax didn't run. It's got to be run. Lord help us, Jesus. But no, these are all things, and again, like we said before, we want to make sure that this space is one where we can commiserate. It's one where we can kind of come together and talk about some of the things that we feel weighing on us, so you can feel normal.
Yes, and we can share these frustrations. It's not just us. I don't feel alone in this.
Yeah, and it's not to say that we're not going to do it. Like the newsletter still got done.
We're going to do it.
We figured out the payroll tax. And yes, EIN, 1099, W9, whatever. We figured it out. We got the right ones. We send them to the right people, because that's how you get paid.
Yes.
I'm saying you got to secure the bag. So we're not saying don't do them, but there's got to be space where we can be like, yo, can I just
do what I want to do?
Do what I do. So, that's our host rant for today.
Yes.
We're hoping that you guys are engaging with us in the comments, because, this one is near and dear to the heart.
Yes, it is.
This is near and dear to the heart. We have a resource of the week for you guys today, and we're excited to share that with you right now. Oh my goodness. We got caught again every single time. Every single time.
Bear with us, y'all. Bear with us. But on the screen,
it's like a 7-second.
it's too quick. But anyway, so our resource for today is how to say no templates.
Let me just pause here, y'all. Like this is supposed to be the resource of the week, but it could very easily have doubled as our host ran.
Pretty much.
How to say no. Like how they talk about, these are the things that you need to do when you want to start a business.
Yes.
You find a gap and you fill it.
Yes.
The person who put together this site, it's
excellent.
like they knew the Incubators Couch was there, and then we're creating this space for people. Like I'm fully gonna reach out to these guys and see if they'll sponsor a show.
I know,
because their audience is us.
Quite
literally, how to say no. Like you plug in the details.
Yeah.
And it kicks
out a template. So you can see on the screen there's different categories. So it's not just business too. They've got some personal ones.
Fam.
So you can see they have customers, they even have work. And then they had like relationships.
Fam, you can dump somebody with
a template via email. Don't do that, y'all.
Don't do that. No, but this is a crazy resource. Talk about, merging AI and people's needs and all of the things together. It kicks out a template.
I want to read one of the templates because I thought this was so good. This one says, how to say no to a customer asking for a discount. And check out this template they put out.
Asking for a discount.
I know.
Oh, come on, raise your hand, somebody. Put a 1 in the chat if somebody's ever asking for a discount. Come on.
Good way how to say no. Hi, so-and-so. It's awesome that you have decided to buy our product or service. We cannot wait to have you on board.
Nope, we can't.
I spoke to our implementation expert about your use case, and he is ready to help you get started right away.
Nice.
As for your discount request, I'm sorry to say that we don't offer discounts. We believe that our service offers more value for your money, and it will be unfair to our other customers if we make an exception. Let me know if I can send you the contract.
Come on.
So and so. Like, that is a well written out
that
email
is so
response.
well written. Like, I'm listen, we're gonna put a link to this template, this specific template in the description of the video, so you can grab that resource today. Somebody, one of you guys out there are listening to this and you're like, what? That's perfect. Yo, this is the website. Now tell them how much it costs.
Free $99.
Listen, this Incubators Couch,
free.
We're not trying to break your bank.
No, we're not.
You know, the businesses that we have come on here, they do not ask any one of them for a discount. Do not ask any one of them for freeness.
Don't you dare.
Don't dare do that. But the resources that we share here and resources of the week, they will be affordable.
Yes. Affordable, if not free.
We will make sure of that. That's our commitment to you. But this is one of those, y'all. Bookmark this joint. The link is going to be in the description. That template is going to be in the description. How to say no. This one, you might be using it for more than just business.
I know. Relationships. Hey.
This is so dope. All right, man. But no, listen, we got a really good friend coming through, and we're going to play his video, and we're going to dive into that interview right now. Man, what a video. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Literally
My
hungry.
stomach is growling.
Listen, I want to say this just as we get ready to begin. First of all, we're welcoming Chef Richard Hardin.
Yes,
Chef
welcome,
Hardin.
Thank you.
To the show today. We're excited to have you with us, man. We're excited to hear some of your stories. But I want to share this as a shout out real quick. This is my personal chef, right? He makes 5 meals for your boy every week and delivers.
Yes, he does. He
to
delivers,
our house,
y'all.
and those meals are fresh, so fresh. I can't even put them in the refrigerator immediately. And he has been working with me on my meal plan, working with me on my numbers, like where we want the macros, micros to get to. It's been dope.
Yes.
And you're down how many pounds, Doc?
I am down 39 pounds myself.
Yo,
come on
and clap in the comments, right?
That's big. That's
we have another friend who's a chef, and he was like, never trust a skinny
Never trust a skinny chef.
But
and he's not skinny.
No, he's not. But I can tell you right now, you can trust this skinny chef.
Yes.
So, no, man, truly appreciate you for being here and hanging out with us today, man. We want you to take a second and just kind of tell folks a little bit about father and son cooking. Maybe if you could kind of sneak in there a little bit about the name as well. I love that.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Talk to us, Doc.
So let me go back to the beginning.
Yes, yes.
Father-son cooking originated off of chicken nuggets.
Okay.
All right, so
Chicken nuggets.
Check this. You have to check this now. So we're at home, me and my son, and he's like, "Dad, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
I look in the refrigerator and like, I don't have a lot right now. So I'm like, well, what do you want to eat? He's like, I want chicken nuggets. I was like, I looked in the wallet. I did not have McDonald's chicken nugget money at that point in time. I didn't have it.
Somebody can
just
testify.
like, well, I was like, son, all right, you want to try and make them? And he's like, sure, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
So we whipped out, some stuff and we just winged it. Just winged it at that point in time because didn't really think to like look on the internet, find a recipe. I'm like, okay, it's like chicken nuggets. Yeah, completely winged. It was like, it's chicken nuggets. How hard could it be?
It was hard.
Do you see my face?
It was hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Cutting him like, okay, and breading him up, and then like we drop it in the fryer, and it comes out black. And I'm just like, okay, my bad.
Okay.
That
didn't work?
That did not work. So I was like, all right, next experiment. Tried it out, breaded it, turned down the oil. Was like, all right, okay, it was a little good. Gave it to him. He was like, this would be really good with cheese. And I'm just like,
Jeez.
don't look.
Challenge
By this at this point, he's like, the kid is like 7. Okay,
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, and challenge accepted. So I'm like, all right. So we pound it out and then roll some cheese into it, and then just like stick a skewer in it, and then pop that in the fryer, and then take it out. And I'm like, oh man, that actually looks good. Cheese is oozing out the sides.
I'm hungry.
Yeah,
and then
my stomach. Right
he's
now.
like,
hungry.
He's like, he tries to pop it in his mouth. He's like, it's hot, and he takes a bite and he's like, oh,
it's so good.
oh.
That's hilarious.
So I was just like, okay, we can run with that. So that at that point is when we started to do more food stuff at home. Because when kids hit that 6, 7, 8, you've got soccer, you've got baseball, they're running around. They're just, and it's real easy to stop and grab some fast food.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
which was the reason why we didn't have McDonald's chicken nugget money in the first place, because we were stopping too much.
Yeah.
So I started doing more preparation work for when we would go to his, games and practices and stuff.
Cool.
Because at that age, practices are held in the afternoon.
Yes, they are.
Way late.
And we, at that point in time, lived out way past the airport.
So
it's 25 minutes there, 25 minutes back.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Which means if practice is at 5:30,
that makes it really difficult.
You're gone for a long
and I'm like, okay, my young man needs bed. It's stuff like, trying to raise a young man. So that's honestly where it all started.
Right.
Okay.
In terms of father and son cooking, because he, from that standpoint, was like, all right, now I want to make this. Now I want to make this. Now I want to make this.
I love that.
That's such a
That's
like
really
we would
cool.
go somewhere,
It is.
eat somewhere, and say like,
We could make this at home.
We can make.
and not only we can make it at home, it's like, Dad,
Make
I think
it
we can
better.
make it better.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's
So-
so
that.
cool.
Listen,
So
that needs
I
to,
give you-
that needs to be your sub tagline.
I
Father
give
and son
you-
cooking. I think we can make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's
I think we
tight.
can make it better. That's so cool. Listen,
Challenge accepted.
rebrand.
So that is what launched it.
Wow.
We would then have, friends and family that would come over. And at one point in time, someone was like, I would pay for food like this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow.
okay.
I would pay for food like this.
Light bulb.
Yes.
So that is generally where it started and kicked off from.
And now you're doing weddings, you're doing events.
He's doing
you're
it
doing.
all.
I mean, his
Baby showers,
yes.
weddings,
It is absolutely
corporate
amazing.
functions.
Yeah. That the type of work that you
Yeah.
and your background, you're a data officer, right? I mean, we're not going to get into that because
Yeah.
we got to get to our story. But I just wanted to kind of lay that groundwork for people
So
to
people could-
understand,
yeah.
for the incubators out there that are listening, here is a guy who is in 2 totally different worlds.
Completely.
And it can work. It can work.
Yes, it can.
And not to say, right, you're still juggling both right now.
I am.
But it's not to say that you have to decide immediately, hard cut, let me just do this. No, he's doing this and it's giving you and your son time to, I mean, there's just so many lessons that we can learn right off of this as well. Yeah. But no. We came to hear a story and we now
Let's
know
hear it.
what
Let's
father
hear
and
it.
son means. We know what your business is all about.
Drum roll.
And we're hungry. So talk to us about your story and let's see what we can learn. Settling on the couch, man. Go ahead.
Well, while I did not bring food, I did bring a delectable story
Okay.
of failure.
Let's go.
Failure.
Let's go,
wow.
y'all. Type let's go in the chat right now. Let's go. Type let's go in the chat right now. All right.
This was at the beginning of the end of the lift of the COVID.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we've made it through, most of COVID. People are getting their shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
World's opening up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I start a new service called I Don't Want to Cook.
Okay.
Because everywhere I would hear, I don't feel like cooking. I don't want to cook. I've been
during
cooking.
the pandemic.
I've been cooking during the pandemic, and I'm cooking was good, but no, it's not doing anything good for me.
I don't want to cook.
So I started a new service called I Don't Want to Cook, and it's basically quick plug in here. It's basically you sign up. You have a meal option, and we deliver it to your door around your dinner time, and it's hot and ready to go. Put it on the table.
Yeah.
Put it on the plate.
Done.
Go.
That's really cool.
Parents would be like, oh, that's amazing. I want that.
Awesome.
I had a particular
Concierge,
client, and they will remain nameless just because I'm still friends with them, and.
We understand.
Yeah. You understand.
Yeah. No, we don't want names.
No
But
names.
This client is very important to me, just heart-wise, because I learned a valuable lesson. They taught me a valuable lesson.
Listen, that's good too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the name of the lesson is consistency. And consistency in food, that's key.
It's critical.
When you go to a restaurant and you have that one thing
Yes.
that just sets your taste buds on
We know.
fire.
We know.
And it's just like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
I'm
And
thinking about it now.
Then you crave it.
Yeah.
And you want it. And
How much time
on
we
a
got left? I
whim,
gotta go get this food. No.
on a whim, you're like, you know what? I got extra time. I'm gonna go and get that. And you are salivating.
Yes.
And you are hungry. And you take that bite
and it's
and it falls flat.
Yeah.
You know, that's huge in food, but it
is-
also is
it is
there for
huge
creative.
in
Yes, it is.
food.
Oh my gosh.
So I had this one client, and I was delivering their meals, and at least twice a week, they would get the same exact meal, and that is my caramelized onion rice with bourbon chicken sauce.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Yes. Let me say it again because it's
If you're hungry,
it is perfected and it is
Put it in the
great.
chat.
if you're hungry, I will just put
Caramelized onion rice
Oh.
with chicken and a
We should have had food.
and a
for
crusted
I
bourbon
know,
sauce.
'cause
this. We
I'm
should have food. I'm
hungry.
so hungry.
I'm hungry
Oh my
now.
gosh. Okay, continue.
Go ahead.
I make this dish now in my sleep. Now
Now.
in my
okay.
sleep. Then it was a concept that I picked up just randomly, like that and that would go really well together in combining flavors.
Wow.
So they had ordered this dish at least twice a week. They love it.
Wow.
Hands down. One particular week in, we'll say mid of 2020, because I was preparing to go on vacation. I caught myself thinking like, man, I want to try something new.
Uh-oh. Listen, and listen, I want to say, I love trying something new. I do. I actually I'm like, what if you did this? What if you did that? But
Yeah, but the important thing was that is when you try something new and you're dealing with someone's food, it's best to inform them.
Yes. True.
yeah.
So I delivered their food and I got home and got a phone call. And the wife who did most of the correspondence was like, I don't know what you did, but this is terrible.
Oh.
I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, it tastes terrible, texture terrible. She's like, it does not taste the same. She's like, there's something wrong with this dish.
Wow.
And I immediately thought back and was like, I apologize so much. I was like, I did do a little switch of the recipe where I added X instead of Y. Yeah, I'm using X and Y for those of you who want the recipe. You're going to come get it. And she was like, it's terrible. We don't like it. And this was my first experience where someone has told me
Like
straight out, like bad
like this.
food. So I said, I apologize, ma'am. I'll tell you what, I will get on making you another one right now.
Wow.
And I will comp that meal and your next meal.
Wow.
And the response that came was, don't bother. Look, the food industry is very, very, very picky. And it is cutthroat.
lesson.
One mistake of where you think you're doing something good can spell some doom for you.
Wow.
Because here's what goes into factors of food.
Okay.
Here's what goes into factors of food. When you've had a bad day and you come home to something you know It's supposed to be on point.
Right. Wow.
And it is not. Your bad day goes to really bad day.
Really bad day.
Because
it was
it's,
bad. But
because it's food related. Now, why do I mention that? Because it took a week and a half for them to reach back out to me, to where she apologizes, like, I was having a bad day.
Wow.
And I was expecting something and got something totally different. And it just set me off.
Wow.
Now, to that point, I will tell you that building the relationship along with consistency
with that
is critical, because she
is.
didn't have to reach back out to me.
She did not. That's so true.
could have been it.
It could have been over. And they're well influenced. So it could have cascaded to disaster. But because I at least had a foundation.
Yeah.
Relationship, man.
It is critically, I had that foundation. It did a little bit of saving. And it was salvageable.
Yeah.
To say is consistency is key. And when you go off the rails, to communicate to your clientele,
True.
hey, I am trying something a little different.
Right.
Another quick plug, even with you.
Even with me, yeah.
I told you one week I didn't have the particular pasta, so I was trying a new pasta. But I communicated it to you so you were not surprised.
And I enjoyed it
when you opened your dish.
I enjoyed it.
That is a direct that communication was a direct lesson of what I learned 2 years ago. Here we are, 2023. It is at home in my kitchen. I have my menu board and my whiteboard. And my whiteboard has lessons learned.
Oh.
Wow.
In red ink.
Oh, wow.
At the top with a number 1 underlined in pink because my daughter thought it was cute.
You gotta love daughters.
Consistency. And number 2, communication.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm telling
you,
you,
those are two massive bullet points right there.
After that particular instance, I reworked the way I do communication. I found something that would allow me to send mass text messages.
Good.
That's good.
But still allow it to be personalized.
Yeah.
So that I could communicate. So when I send you your message, hey, it's a great day for meal preppers. It's got your name.
I love that.
And it comes back to me, and then I can converse. That's the opening of our conversation.
Cool. I love it.
And I can converse with you, not only to understand, hey, was there anything about last week that you didn't like?
Right.
Was it good?
This is
cool.
what it's all about right here.
So
that feedback loop can actually help you to iterate and innovate and take your product to another level. And you guys might think we're still talking about food, but this is across the board. Consistency and communication are linchpins
they are.
when you are in business. This is such a great story because it's not our normal Incubators Couch rant. It is a because there are times when it is on us.
That's
I mean, like real talk.
Oh,
there are times where it's not always like you have this clientela and they're doing trash and da da da. No,
sometimes it's just you.
And then I love how you kind of really broke down the science, the mental space of it, the psychology of it. That's the term I'm looking for. Because people have that bad day, and it compounds.
It does.
It compounds. I think and then having the relationship, having that communication, having that track record to fall back on, it can be a savior. And I think there's so many of us out here that we don't value those pieces. Like I had a client, a coaching client that I was doing coaching for their live shows, and she had paused coaching, but I would still go and check out her show. And every now and again, I would send her a message like, you're doing good, whatever. And it's those messages that caused her to come back.
Wow.
Because she was like, my God, this guy's still checking out my show. You get my point? It's like there's an actual relationship.
It's
here.
relationships.
Yeah. And another person that I had in my mastermind group who does quilting, you know what I'm talking about. And my daughter actually started following her. So I let her know in the comments like, hey, my daughter does cricket, and it brings everything. You're a real person now. Like, there's something that you're doing that my family's benefiting from. And of course I'm coaching you, but it's about a relationship. It's cyclical.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that helps when you are consistent in the way you prepare, consistent in the way you communicate, consistent just in general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in general, in terms of whatever you're doing,
No,
whether
no.
you are coding,
Yeah,
consistency
so
is
true,
boom.
So true.
Listen.
Whether you are
it applies to every
like you guys,
anything.
It's
on
everywhere.
camera.
It's everywhere, man.
everything.
I tell you, in content creation, I know Kanique's gonna jump in here. I my apologies.
No, you're fine. Because I was gonna say, like, I was gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent
Yeah.
when you are streaming,
Yeah.
because people are expecting to see
Deep
you
like
same
this.
time every day.
Yeah.
We're expecting to see you. So if you're not consistent, then they're like, well, I guess he's not serious about
I guess
this.
he's not serious about this.
Why am I even bothering
Why-
to show up to his stuff?
Exactly.
He's not
Why would I make an
consistent.
investment if you're not going to be
So-
consistent?
That's
'Cause
one thing I-
Consistency trumps talent and
Yes, that's so
ability and all those things. Because you can't even gain access to the genius if the person is not consistent.
Yes.
And that's one thing what I'm learning on my social media journey.
Social
Oh,
media,
yes.
that's it.
Consistency.
Social
So,
media, man.
I have learned now yet another aspect. If I'm releasing a video once a week or once every 2 weeks, stay on
with
that
it.
schedule.
Stay with
Yeah.
it.
Keep it going.
Yes.
Consistency
Because they're
is
expecting
key.
it. They're expecting it. Yeah.
Consistency is key, man. I tell people all the time. Social media doesn't matter if you're creating content or if you're doing live. Be consistent. Be vulnerable. But lastly, answer a question, and there's a whole thing to it. But that's it. Those are the three things. And if you look at all your favorite people out there, and I'm not talking about just social media. I'll just be honest with you.
Yeah.
No.
It go across the board. Like, why is American Ninja Warrior successful? Consistency, vulnerability. Think about it.
Yeah,
It's a show about obstacle courses, but why do a lot of people watch? The
stories
stories
behind it.
the
behind
vulnerable
No, that's true.
stories that they share. And then, of course, it answers a question like, how would you figure out that obstacle course? Like,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
see.
yeah.
So
Low
there's
key,
this
I
whole
want to
edutainment
do
thing.
that one day.
Okay.
But I just feel like, man, there's so much that you've shared here in this quick little interview. We're gonna have you back, Doc. Like,
I appreciate it.
I'm
Thank
certain.
you.
That
I'm
was
certain you have
great.
more stories.
I do. That was just my most aha moment, which caused me to rethink how
You were doing it.
I was doing things.
Yeah.
That has
Because-
had
yeah.
ripple effects on your business
Yeah.
going forward.
It has, because it's a lesson learned.
Yes.
Many times we don't take the time, incubators,
That's true.
entrepreneurs, we don't take the time to think back, to reflect, to gain perspective, and allow that perspective to impact what we do going forward. And that is a missed cue.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. My final thought is I had a mentor while I was on my
This is huge, by
data
the way.
science and analytics journey.
Yeah.
And his favorite phrase to tell me was, any day you learn something new, that is a good day.
It's a good day.
That is a good day.
Now that's
That's
listen.
true.
That's
That's
words
good.
to live by.
Yes, it
Words
is.
to live by.
And he is probably watching, and he is probably grinning from ear to ear right now.
I
Because
love that.
He is a cheerleader of mine.
Oh man,
That's
He has
awesome.
seen me go from being an upstart 23-year-old
Come
who
on.
thought he knew everything in the world of data and computer
yeah,
engineering
you gotta have
to
them.
now understanding that there is a never-ending cycle of knowledge
Oh.
and
Awesome.
learning.
That's cool.
Lifelong
So
learning. That's it right
thank
there.
you, sir. You
That is
know
really
who
cool.
you are.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm not. We're gonna kick it back to you to close it out. We want you to share with us a little bit. How people can find you, follow you. What do you have coming up next?
Awesome.
What are some of the ways, if they're not local to Huntsville, or are there ways that they can gain access to what you do? Are you gonna do any cooking classes? I might be
I
dropping
know,
an idea, but I want to
yeah.
just say this as a bullet point as he gets ready to help us wrap up. Don't underestimate the value of a mentor. I think that cannot be overstated either in
Yes.
business. As you seek to grow, a mentor it was a game changer for us. It was a game changer for me. And I just hearing you saying it now, I felt impressed to say that to somebody who's watching right now. Do not underestimate the value of
mentor.
getting somebody to walk alongside you, because that person that's grinning right now, ear to ear, watching this,
Yes.
that is a rewarding experience for them, but it's equally as rewarding for you.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talk to us about how we can follow, what you got coming up next.
All right.
Yeah.
So we are on Twitter,
Yes.
Facebook,
Yes.
and Instagram.
We're going to put all those
Okay.
links in.
You
Yeah.
can follow us. Look up Father Son Cooking on any one of those platforms.
Dope.
Okay.
Father Son Cooking, all one word.
All one word.
All one word.
Dope.
On any of those platforms. You can follow our recipes. You can see live videos.
See?
You can see demonstrations. You can see some of the events that we're doing.
Live
And
video.
Speaking of events, this coming weekend is graduation weekend.
Oh, yes.
May
There's
is
a lot
graduation
going on.
month.
Yes, a lot. It's a season.
So
Yeah.
things I have coming up, we have Oakwood graduation over at the Von Braun.
Wow.
We have A&M's graduation.
Oh,
I am
that's
catering
awesome.
the event staff for both of those.
Wow.
So I'm
that's
catering
big.
lots
That is
of event
huge,
staff.
bro.
That's awesome.
Like for those that don't know, the Von Braun is Huntsville's convention center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where a lot of the
Large events.
a lot of large events happen, but a lot of our local universities and colleges have their commencement
Yes.
exercises
True.
there.
Also home to our
And
hockey team,
it's
Yes,
home to
our
that's
sports
true.
teams,
Yeah,
and
Absolutely,
whatnot.
absolutely.
So
So
Yeah.
it's downtown. It's at Big Spring Park. It's very iconic down there. If you've never checked out Huntsville, you might want to do that. But I am excited about that. I'm glad that you're able to share with us, man. And we
I'm
cannot
saving
thank you
one great
enough.
thing for
more.
last.
What's
One
the-
more.
okay,
One
go
more.
ahead,
go ahead.
One more. Because it is baseball season, you know we have a baseball team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Trash Pandas.
Yeah.
Yes. Guess who is one of the newest caterers on their list?
Get out.
We were approved yesterday.
Come on, dude. That is phenomenal.
So you will be able. We won't be down on the floor. We will be up in the suites.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So
We have
we've
seen
seen
those.
those.
People
Yes, we
can refer me as a caterer and say we want him to come and cater for us.
What?
And we have our first gig set for. And I'm forgetting the exact date because I was very excited. when I heard-
That's.
But it
bro,
is set for
awesome.
June. I believe June 13 is the day. But without looking at my phone right now, I'm not gonna bring out
That
the
is
Yeah.
huge.
Bruh. No.
That is huge.
We're
That
making
is
steps.
huge.
That's
We're making
huge.
steps.
I love
That's
that for
awesome.
you, bro. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome,
Hey,
man.
we love food. That's what I can say.
That is so
love
awesome.
food.
No, I mean it's just the expansion, the build out. I mean, just the vision to go after some of those contracts. And that's so, dude.
That is
We're gonna
cool.
have you back. We
Yeah.
have to hear more of these stories. Listen, Incubators Couch is not only about the horror. We want to hear the successes and how did they work, right? We want to hear how they work too. We
Definitely.
want to hear how the horror stories worked and what did you learn. But we also want to hear the successes as well. And we can't thank you enough for coming through, man.
I only got those events through consistency and communication.
Consistency
and
and communication. We're
Title.
gonna leave it there.
Title.
We're gonna leave it there. Consistency and communication. Later, fam. I'm actually still holding my head.
I'm telling you.
What
it
in the
in-
world?
You guys know what he talked about. Put it in the chat, y'all. What are the 2 C words that he talked about?
This is
in
the
his
title
session,
of
man.
today's
It
episode.
is.
Consistency and communication. But it's so critical. It is not just. There's so many things that thing impacts. I don't
Yeah.
want to rehash that thing. We had such a
Yes.
robust conversation. Plus a couple of mic drop moments there
Yeah,
right at
for
the
real,
very
for
end.
real.
Like, man, I don't know I don't know how you guys may not know Huntsville, but those are some
That's
major
huge.
contracts
Yeah,
that your
that's
boy has
awesome.
pulled in. I love that for him because he's still kind of in that hustle
Yeah,
mode. But
he
anyway,
is. Yeah.
y'all, did we not learn today?
Yes, we did.
Like, man,
We sure
I
did.
am profusely taking notes. Even in our pre-recorded
Yes, I know, right? When we
hear
watching them, we're like, oh,
snap,
snap.
that's what he said. Wait, okay. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
It's really
no.
good, really good.
No. Make sure y'all hit up so he asked us to put RL Hardin 59.
Yes.
That's his handle. And he said that there's a lot of traction
He
on
puts
that
a
one
lot
right now.
more on that.
But so you saw that handle there. Just kind of scrub back in the video, grab that handle. It'll also be in the description.
Yeah.
But he also has all of those links. Father and son cooking, all one word. Definitely somebody to follow. Check him out. But the other thing that I love about the Incubators Couch is not just the stories that we're going to be able to hear, the therapy session where we get a chance to exhale a little bit, but also sometimes you have to hear about a business before you can actually locate one locally.
True. That's
so
true.
some of you may not even know that there are local chefs in your local city
that provide those same kind of services that you can actually go to.
that you can get with. And I'm here to tell you that we're not ballers.
No.
That thing is affordable.
It is.
Like the amount I pay for the 5 meals is less than what I would pay when I take our family of
out.
4 to
Yes.
5 guys. Not even talking about a big restaurant. Just
Yes, I'm telling you.
So yeah, it's very affordable. Even my daughter was just like, wait, this is actually less than what you pay Mr. Hardin. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So definitely something to check out. But man, consistency and communication. Wow.
If you're not doing that in your business, you might want to rethink some stuff.
Man.
Like consistency and communication is key.
Clients
running a
are
business.
human too.
Yes.
They have bad days too. Right? Like we talk about,
True,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like we
in
talk
his
about
story, yeah.
businesses and us and sometimes the things that we deal with clients and we wonder, does the client know that we're human? But we have to flip that question every now and again.
Look at it from that perspective as well.
I heard that so clearly from what he shared there in that story. The client called back to apologize and it's like, man, they had a bad day.
Yeah.
They had a bad day. Now, yes, they called back because of the relationship that he had established with that client, but he was able to learn from that I need to be consistent in the quality that I deliver. I want somebody to really hear that.
And the quality.
Like I can't do a live show here and it's dope, and I do a live show over here and it's like, can't be the same guy. I can't do a website over here and then a website over here and it's like, that's not consistency. It's God and whatever. I'm trying my best not to coach, but whatever your recipe is to get to that consistency, that is your secret sauce, y'all. Like, man, that consistency piece, I was like, I hear it so much. My goodness. I'm going to leave it there, y'all.
Yeah, because we need to wrap it up. So.
All right, fam. Listen, y'all already know what it is. Incubators Couch. Unscripted, vulnerable conversations for entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And we're excited that we were able to create this space. Excited for what we got coming up next week. Make sure you join us Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time for another edition of Incubators Couch.
Catch y'all next time.
Later.